But by the time he even got into his car, there was no way
surviving in a
and hopefully get the license plate number. And he tried to
the next tank is a trench where villagers have been infected by the zombies. So it's a huge job to watch this.
number, but he couldn't. This was the last time, according to Jake, he'd always smile and wave at him anytime they made eye contact with each other. And the last time Jake saw the car, the man inside started waving for him to come over, and he even called out for him. Luckily, Jake was smart enough to go inside and tell his parents. It's not clear why the car would be outside even at night, considering the boy leaving the house alone at those hours would be extremely unlikely. Jake's parents brought the video to the police, but without a clear plate number, not much could be done. Jake's father went door to door asking each house on the block if they had cameras that caught the plate number, but he didn't have any good luck. The car never returned after this. But this happened relatively recently in November of 2021, so there's always a possibility that the man may return. The drawing you're about to see was done by a 7-year-old, and the picture itself is disturbing, but the backstory behind it is surprising. To start, the boy's father, Jeremy, sent the story and picture in. Jeremy has 3 sons. Jeremy's mother, Claire, sleeps over a lot to spend time with her grandkids. In Jeremy's words, his mother has always been on the stricter side, and that includes with her grandkids. But he says that's because she was raised in a stricter household. Jeremy's 7-year-old Tom is considered to be the troublemaker, who acts out against his parents and grandparents the most. So because of this, it often leads to his grandmother Claire scolding him. One day while Jeremy and his wife were out of the house and Claire was watching the kids, something happened between the two of them. Tom had hit his little brother for taking the last of the ice cream bars in the freezer, causing him to cry. This is commonplace behavior with Tom apparently, as he's very violent with his siblings as well. In response to Tom's behavior and hitting his little brother, his grandma Claire smacked him and forced him to stay in his room for remaining up at his parents'. Around him on the floor was his Crayola art supply backpack with various pictures on the floor, along with crayons and colored pencils laying everywhere on the floor. There was one drawing that stood out from the other crumpled up drawings, which Tom handed to his parents, and that was this. The drawing shows what appears to be Tom sawing off his grandma's head, as she already appears to be hanging. To add to the horrific scene, Tom as well as his parents are wearing smiles on their faces as Tom is doing what he's doing. And of course, if there was any shred of doubt as to who these figures were supposed to be, Tom labeled himself, his grandma, and his parents in the picture. Jeremy and his wife were disturbed after finding this picture, as it showed just how messed up their child may be mentally. Jeremy grounded Tom after finding this, but the couple did not correct this. He told his grandmother at the kitchen table that he hates her and that he's going to kill her. Claire's reaction was one more of shock than anger. Jeremy once again sent Tom to his room. The way in which Tom said what he said was described to be with a hateful smile on his face, as if he were taking pleasure. Apparently always been on the more concerning, violent side, especially for a child his age. However, this drawing and behavior towards his grandmother convinced Jeremy and his wife to start bringing Tom to therapy. The first few meetings, Tom refused to speak, but eventually started opening up more when his parents would leave the room with his classmates. Though he found these pictures a year ago, he submitted them recently. Now the 2 boys are in high school, with Cody being a senior and John being a freshman. John and Cody share the same gym period, and Cody sees his little brother get slightly picked on in gym class whenever John likes to go home after school and play computer games all day instead of doing his homework or hanging out with friends. This is exactly how he spends his weekends too. And while his brother and parents worry about him, they're not really sure what they can do to help him. His teachers are all concerned over his consistent lack of effort and poor grades, and they even go as far as to ask if everything is okay at home due to his extremely quiet nature. One day while John was out with his mom somewhere, Cody, being curious about John, decided to snoop through his notebook and see if his brother even took any notes in class. But instead of normal notes, there were just really weird doodles and drawings littering the pages. If there were ever any notes taken, they would be covered by stick figures apparently fighting or shooting each other with bow and arrows or guns. There were also apparently other unusual drawings, usually violent, all of which Cody took pictures of. Now, being curious what John did on his laptop 24/7, Cody decided to take his laptop and sign into it after figuring out his password against his brother's knowledge. His desktop was packed to the max with game icons and folders. But the first place that Cody went to snoop was the pictures folder, and inside of there, he found multiple folders containing weird cartoons drawn on MS Paint by John. They were for a YouTube channel that John had made, in which he animated very simplistic graphic cartoons. But the most disturbing and eye-catching one was this one. It started with a picture of a school, then it cuts to inside a classroom, presumably John's classroom. The plot of this cartoon video is basically that John had been missing from schools, meaning John drew these pictures based on his own life. I know these are just stick figure pictures, but knowing how YouTube is with demonetizing or age-limited videos, I'm not going to show the rest of the pictures. But basically, John ends up shooting everybody and extremely angry at Cody. But he never ratted him out to his parents for going on his laptop, because he knew Cody saw some bad things on it. Cody had a talk with his brother, asking if he ever had thoughts of doing what his drawing did in his video, and he said absolutely not. It was just for YouTube.
Get ready for fire.
What you're about to hear about are 4 diary or journal entries left behind with disturbing backstories. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Raycon, a sponsor of today's video. Raycon is a premium audio brand priced much more affordably than the other brands. Raycons are perfect for gym time, relaxing, or any number of leisure activities in your daily life. What I personally love is the option to switch from noise isolation mode to awareness mode. If I want to be totally immersed in my music, I'll use noise isolation mode. These also offer 3 sound profiles: pure sound, balanced sound, and bass boosted sound, with each profile offering optimized sound for whatever it is you're listening to, be it different types of music or podcasts. Raycons offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life, and feature a built-in mic to allow you to easily take or reject calls at the press of a button, and my personal favorite part, offer optimized gel tips to ensure they never fall out of your ears. Raycons are priced perfectly so that you get quality audio at... The walls were covered with bizarre writings, some in pen, while others it appeared poem about cutting, and in was Alyssa's diary. I just fucking killed someone. I strangled the oh my god I can't do this feeling. Eventually admitted to the murder during...
She'll hit the back of a tank.
Both Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris had rather chilling diary entries. 20. The two's diary entries provided the world with a glimpse into their minds before committing a mass murder. Starting with big into writing actually, and he had many outline of his plan on the day of the shooting, even revealing what he planned to wear during it. Walk in, set bombs at 11:09. For 11:17, leave, set car bombs. Drive to Clementi Park, gear up, get back by 11:15. Park cars, set bombs for 11:18. Get out, go to Outside Hill, wait.